It's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth news update. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of held this report back for a little while, but it just seems that every time I attempt to hold something back or wait and get some more time to get to it, it seems like something is added to it that makes what I was going to report initially only a portion of it. Well, I want to read to you a short excerpt from an article that was written back in July of this past year, July 29th, 2013. And it is in regards to a statement that Pope Francis made in regards to gay priests. Well, here's the article, ladies and gentlemen, and it came about a month ago, maybe a little, right at about a month ago, and I just did not have enough time to report on it then. But the reason I'm reporting on it now is because there was another follow-up article that's very similar to this. And it comes from www.mail.com, and it comes from July 29th, 2013, and it's entitled, "Who Am I to Judge?" Pope says of gay priests.
What?
Who is he to judge? Well, first and foremost, if you are a part of the religion or sect of religion of Catholicism, he is supposed to be the foremost authority here on earth, and as far as when it comes to what God is saying. I'm just speaking for those that believe in said belief. But let me go on with the article. It says, aboard the papal aircraft.
What?
A remarkably candid Pope Francis struck a conciliatory stance toward gays Monday, saying, "Who am I to judge when it comes to the sexual orientation of priests?" We shouldn't marginalize people for this. They must be integrated into society.
Really?
Francis said during an extraordinary 82-minute exchange with reporters aboard his plane returning from his first papal trip to celebrate World Youth Day in Brazil. It says, if someone is gay and he searches for the Lord and has goodwill, who am I to judge?
What?
The Pope asked. Francis's first news conference as Pope was wide-ranging and open, touching on everything from the greater role he believes women should have in the Catholic Church.
Really?
To the troubled Vatican Bank.
What?
While his predecessor, Pope Benedict, responded to only a few pre-selected questions during his papal trips, Francis did not dodge a single query, even thanking the journalists who asked about reports of a gay lobby inside the Vatican and allegations that one of his trusted monsignors was involved in a gay tryst.
What?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to even read the rest of this article because it pretty much is beginning to speak for itself. Now, as you can see, I didn't even want to go any further in reading that article because you can almost tell that the tone of the article was going to go where they're going to find reasons and ways and excuses to why this alternative lifestyle is okay. Well, I've got one quote, and it's from the Abba Father. It's from the creator of the universe. And to answer the Pope's question of who is he to judge? Well, if, and I do have to say, if you are a representative of the one and only creator of the universe, you have the right to judge righteously. And if you utilize the word in judgment, it's just this simple. And the word says very clearly, and it says quite clearly in Leviticus 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. There's the judgment for a person who decides to engage in the alternative lifestyle. That's not Jermaine West's words. That's the words of the Father, the creator of the universe, the one who made all. That's what he decided. I don't care whether you like it or dislike it. That's what he says. That's the authority. Not you, not me, not the Pope. Well, if you are up under the auspice of the Catholic Church, I guess his word is authority, even over the authority of the one that created all. But the one that created all says that, nope, ain't happening, can't do that, can't have that. It is an abomination. Sorry, too bad, so sad. If you don't like it, there's the door. Well, there's the window, there's the door. Take your pick, but you got to go. You got to get up out of here. Now, last but not least, I want to share with you yet another article. Here is one that just really, it messed my head up when I saw this just the other day. And it says, I hope you're ready for this. Now, when you start to engage in this type of acceptance, it causes people who don't follow the book cut and dry, Leviticus 20:13, and begin to want to make everyone happy, then this kind of thing happens. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the article I was telling you about. And for those who, sometimes want to blast me in the comments about, I'm not getting my, information from a reputable source. Here is what most out there would consider to be a reputable source, abcnews.com. And the article reads, churches changing bylaws after gay marriage ruling.
What? What? What?
Worried they could be sued by gay couples, some churches are changing their bylaws to reflect their view that the Bible allows only marriage between one man and one woman. Do you see here what is happening, people? They are changing the inspired word of the Creator himself so that it can fit the creature comforts of mankind. Although there have been lawsuits against wedding industry businesses that refuse to serve gay couples, attorneys prompting the bylaw changes say they don't know of any lawsuits against churches. Critics say the changes are unnecessary, but some churches fear that it's only a matter of time before one of them is sued. I thought marriage was always between one man and one woman. And that's absolutely right, no matter what the next phrase is about to say. But the Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision, said no, said Gregory S. Irwin, an attorney for the Louisiana Baptist Convention, an association of Southern Baptist churches, and several groups advising churches to change their bylaws. I think it's better to be prepared because the law is changing. America is changing.
Really? Really?
In a June decision, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a provision of the Federal Defense of Marriage Act that defined marriage as between a man and a woman for purposes of federal law. A second decision was more technical, but essentially ushered in legal gay marriage in California. Kevin Snyder is an attorney with the Pacific Justice Institute, a nonprofit legal defense group that specializes in conservative Christian issues. His organization released a model marriage policy a few years ago in response to the statewide gay marriage fight in California. Snyder said some religious leaders have been threatened with lawsuits for declining to perform same-sex wedding ceremonies.
What? What? What?
Dean Asura, head pastor of the 1,000-member City Church, Tallahassee, based in Florida, said he does not want to be an alarmist, but his church is looking into how best to address the issue. Insera said he already has had to say no to gay friends who wanted him to perform a wedding ceremony.
What? What? What?
We have some gay couples that attend our church. What happens when they ask us to do their wedding? Insera said. What happens when we say no? Is it going to be threatened like a civil rights thing? Critics, including some gay Christian leaders, argue that the changes amount to a solution looking for a problem. They seem to be under the impression that there is this huge movement with the goal of forcing them to perform ceremonies that violate their freedom of religion, said Justin Lee, executive director of the Gay Christian Network.
What? What? What?
Gay Christian Network.
Really? Really?
A nonprofit that provides support for gay Christians and their friends and families and encourages churches to be more welcoming.
What? What? What?
If someone tried to force a church to perform a ceremony against their will, I would be the first person to stand up in that church's defense. 13 states and the District of Columbia now recognize gay marriage. Some Christian denominations, such as the United Church of Christ, accept gay marriage. The Episcopal Church recently approved a blessing for same-sex couples, but each bishop must decide whether to allow the ceremony in his or her local diocese. The majority of Christian denominations, however, view homosexual relationships as sinful. In more hierarchical denominations like the Roman Catholic Church or the United Methodist Church, individual churches are bound by the policies of their larger denomination. But non-denominational churches and those loosely affiliated with more established groups often individually decide how to address social issues such as gay marriage. The simple truth of the whole matter is, ladies and gentlemen, when creation came about in the book of Genesis, the Most High created man, and from man, he created woman. He made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, not Amanda and Eve. He made one of each so that they could come together and be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. When you have the alternative lifestyle, no matter how much you may want to accept it, it does not go under the guidelines of being fruitful and able to multiply. You may be fruity, but you can't be fruitful. This has been the simple truth. And as I always tell you, it's the simple things that are oftentimes the most profound, but yet they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you, and I'll see you again real soon.
Really? Really?